For the next 50 days, I'll be locking in and starting over. Slower mornings, better habits, less scrolling, and making progress one day at a time, even on the days I don't feel like it. This vlog marks the first few days of this journey. So I just wanted to update ahead of tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm starting Project 50. I'm actually really excited for because, as you can probably tell by my tan, I'm just back from my holiday and I feel like I really need to get back into a routine, and especially whilst I've got time because I've still got a lot of summer left, I thought this would be the perfect time. So I'm gonna get an early night tonight, and book 3 of Gossip Girl arrived just on time for me coming back home. I'm gonna read some of this. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So I'm going to be starting Project 50 and just kind of completing my goals for 2026 overall that I set for myself at the beginning of the year, because I feel like when you get to the middle of the year you kind of reach like a little bit of a, well, what I've noticed anyway, is you kind of reach a little bit of a crash where like all of the things that you had like set in stone in the beginning of the year and that you were motivated to do because of like the whole new year like buzz, kind of it starts like deflating a little bit. This would be the perfect way to do it because in 50 days time from today when I'm filming this video, today is the 13th of July, in 50 days time it will be the 1st of September, which I feel like is such a good time to be fully completed with this and see all of the new healthy habits that I've formed and just like what place I'm at. Project 50 is basically set up on 7 rules. The first one being to wake up before 8 a.m. every day, but I'm an early riser and I often wake up at 7. So I've decided on 6/6:30 just because I feel like that's a little bit more of a challenge for me. Number 2 is to follow a morning routine with no distractions. For me, I need to make one that actually sticks because I do something different every single morning and it never really makes much sense at all what I'm doing. Because I wake up so early and before any of my family wakes up, I tend to just find myself like waking up really early, scrolling on my phone and drinking tea, which is one thing that I've looked into and realized it's actually not that good for your body to have caffeine as soon as you wake up. It's best to wait at least 3 hours. That's something that I'm going to implement, but I've already kind of created like the morning routine that I feel like is going to be the one that sticks and the one that I'm going to follow, so I'm going to cover that after I cover the rest of the rules, so we'll get onto that bit. Rule number 3 is to do 45 minutes at least of exercise every single day, plus 10k steps a day, which I find in London specifically is so difficult because of the weather. You really just don't want to go outside when it's pouring down with rain and just miserable outside, and that you've got to like get an umbrella and a raincoat and boots on. Like, it is a bit demotivating, but I do have a walking machine, so I thought, well, even though going outside is like the optimum way to do it, using a walking machine and doing it indoors is also still getting the steps in. So I'm really going to try and do that. That's actually been one of my goals for a long time and I've just never stuck to it. The 4th one is to eat healthily. For me, that means a high protein diet because I struggle so much with getting my protein in. I've gotten so much better over the past year now. I've really been prioritizing protein, but it's so hard to eat the like 100 grams that I'm meant to eat in a day. I think I usually hit about 50 to 60. The 5th one is to read 50 pages of a book every day. I think it's originally 10, the original rule, but I thought 50 was better for me because since I've gotten back into reading again, I find it really easy to sit down and read 50 pages all at once. And then I put on top of that no scrolling on social media at all. So I'll still be on there to post my own content, not for leisure. I'm not going to be scrolling because like mindlessly. Number 6 is your own personal goal that you can add into the list. So everyone doing Project 50 I guess would have a different rule number 6. Mine is going to be trying to post on YouTube weekly. I'm going to aim for 2. We'll see how that goes. I mean, if it's part of Project 50, I guess if I put down 2, I guess I have to do 2. So we're going to see how well I do with that. I'm thinking that one video a week will be my Project 50 weekly update, and then a second one will be just, I guess, whatever I choose to do. So I'm hoping I can stick to that. Finally, number 7 is to track my progress. So for that, I will be using this tracker that I've made on Notion on my laptop. That's why I've got my laptop out. This tracker, which has all of these icons which represent all of the different rules, and then down this side is all of the dates. So this one for today, which, I mean, technically today does mark the first official day of the challenge, because I did wake up at 6 a.m. I did do the morning routine that I set for myself, aside from the workout and the steps. But I thought that I had to introduce the video concept first before I got fully into it. I forgot to cover my morning routine that I've created. Step 1 being make my bed, fill up my water. Well, step 3 is to read outside if possible, because that is good for you to get exposure to natural light for 10 to 15 minutes in the morning. Number 4 is to delay morning caffeine for at least 3 hours. Number 5 is morning stretch / yoga, because it's also important to move around. Number 6 is to have a high protein breakfast, and this for me would be a 25 to 30 grams optimum amount. And then number 7 is skincare and getting ready for the day. And then finally, number 8 is to go for a walk. 15 minutes minimum is apparently best for the morning. I will be reporting back tomorrow when I can show you guys day 2 in its entirety, rather than today when it's been separated, because I still realised I had to do like an introduction to the challenge. And I read, I want to say like 100 pages, 50 to 100 pages of my book. I was locked in reading literally all morning. And then I made my breakfast, which was so good. I had avocado and eggs on toast, which I love. That's like one of my top, definitely in my top 5 breakfasts. Right now I'm trying this new tea that my mum got, and I actually really like it. Probably tell by the sound of my voice, but I think it's either that when I'm on a flight. Also, look, I'm like peeling really weirdly here. I catch something when I'm on the flight back from my holiday, or it's just the flight pressure or something like throws me off, because it's like it happens to me really frequently. Like most holidays, when I'm on my way back after I've been back home for a day or two, and I can only really put it down to the flight or in the airport, because I don't usually like leave my house once I'm back home after I'm back from my holiday for a couple days, because I'm still like resetting and not have any like commitments for a bit and just like feel relaxed. So I can't have caught it here. It must have been on the journey back somewhere. I'm dripping this everywhere. I decided to do an eye mask. This is Grace and Stella, which I've not tried yet before, but I'm excited. I decided I would do these just because I'm feeling like not 100% feel even more relaxed. As part of my morning routine that I've created for myself in this challenge, that has been one of the things, is like morning skincare. Because my skin is sensitive, I tend to like not really like do much to it at all. That means I often skip my skincare because I'm always like scared. Even though all of the products I have don't break me out, I'm just always worried, because I can just never gauge whether or not when my skin does get upset, if it is caused by anything that I've put on it. For the purpose of like feeling more refreshed, more like ready in the mornings, I thought I should start implementing my skincare. And when I do use it, it does, I mean, it is just like one moisturizer, one serum, but when I do use it, I do notice like a difference in like how glowy my skin is. So for that purpose, I'll keep using it. So I've literally read all the way up to here in my book, so I've read the majority of it now, and I'm on like the last couple of chapters. I'm obsessed with this series. I'm so obsessed. I'm so obsessed with the show, and I didn't even think that the books could top it. I know that it's based off of these books, of course, but I thought that like it was going to be really similar, and that I wouldn't be as engrossed in the books as the show, because like visuals for me always, I like to be able to like sit and watch something. This for me is everything. This is everything. And then I've decided, because I love this so much, I want to have like the authentic experience of all of the girls back when this was first like released and popular, like how it felt for them to be able to like read the books first, know the book ending, and then watch the show and see the show ending, which I'm not sure if they're different or not. They could be literally the same, I'm not sure. I've been not looking at any kind of Gossip Girl stuff on any social media or anything, to because I don't want to know. I want it to be a surprise. So I've decided that I'm going to read all of the books first and then finish the show. I've got a season and a half left, and I know I'm so late to this train. As I was explaining in my other vlogs, I'm not sure if you guys would have seen or not, but I watched like half of Gossip Girl in lockdown, and then got distracted by all of the other shows in lockdown. Because I was younger, I loved like Outer Banks more and Stranger Things more than like these kinds of themes. Today is like the first official day of this Project 50, and so far I'm finding it pretty simple. I think because it's summer, it's quite easy to like integrate a new routine. It's not like the challenge is to be like wake up 5 a.m, go for a run. Like then I would have something to say. Then I'd be like, guys, I can't do this, cut the camera. I've always wanted to have a more structured morning routine rather than like waking up, scroll on my phone. I guess it's making me more productive in the morning, but still doing nice, calming, relaxing things, and I really like that. So far so good. And I think for the rest of today, I'm going to make some bagels. I keep seeing this recipe for these 3 ingredient bagels, and I really want to try them. So I'm going to do that today, because baking is one of the things that I love to do anyway. Because also that's another main part of my challenge is no scrolling at all. And so far, to fill up the time, I've been reading, baking, and I've also started making a little recipe book, because I bake so often and I have like all of these recipes, and a lot of them I've like modified into like my own ones, and I thought like, yeah, I could just keep them on the notes app on my phone, but that is like using my phone. So I thought I can take all of these recipes off my phone, make a little recipe book, and it's so much more like meaningful and nostalgic, and also an activity for me to do, because then I get to like write all of them out and paint all the pages. I'm gonna go and bake. I'll bring you guys with me, show you whether or not the recipe works. On the way to collect my photos now.